Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Hello to everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I am Hussein Qazi, the facilitator for the subject Strategic Business Reporting, Advanced Financial Management, and the Financial Management. Welcome to today's session. As you people know that ACC has announced the June 2023 exam result, and this session is an open session for all of you. You people can ask any question about your ACC journey with me here. I can respond to you accordingly. If it's about my subject, I will definitely reply you accordingly. If it's not about my subject, I will refer that particular question to the relevant expert tutor, or I will reply generically if something it's about the general aspects. So, candidates, some of you people have qualified some examination today. So, congratulations to all of you. And who are not able to qualify the exam, it's not to worry about that. It's a part of the life. And the important thing is that if you flunk any of your exam, the very first thing is that be relax, and give 15 minutes to your mind that and think about that why you flunked. Not more than 15 minutes. Just relax and identify the reason. What the particular points, relevant points that you have flunked. Believe me, once with a peaceful manner, with a relaxed environment, if you think about that, why you flunked your ACC exam, you will definitely identify or highlight the reasons why you flunked your exam. Furthermore, if you are not able to get the reason why your exam flunked, first of all, read the examiner report that's going to publish very near future by next 1 week, or any recent past examiner report, where you will be able to find out what normally students do mistakes. Once you read your particular examiner report, you will be able to identify the reasons. Or sometimes whenever you read the examiner report, you have a feeling about that. Yes, that's me what I have done mistake with the examination. So that means you will be able to identify the reason of your failure, and then just identify the reason, and don't think after that. Once identify the reason, don't think about the past. Just get rid from the past and focus on the present. Make a strategy about your next nearby exam. So it's a journal point that I've discussed with you. The main agenda of the today's session is that you must have to ask from me anything, any guidance about your ACCA journey or your next ACCA exam about. So let's start the session with your questions. Yes, you can ask any of the questions. Let's start the subject strategic business reporting. Let's start. So ACCA just announced the result of the SBR as well, and 1 minute. Just shut down the door. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, sorry. So ACCA announced the result of the SBR as well. And the result ratio of the SBR this time is 51%. The SBR result ratio this time 51%. And if I compare the SBR result with the previous sessions, so that is exam ACC body normally publish or response the result. It's with the radius of the 50%. With the very next previous semester, March 23, that was the result of 50%. December 22, that was 47%. September 22, that was 51%. So 51, 47, 50, 51. Always about 50% approx result. That's the SBR. Now, I'm going to take your question about the SBR, what you have, you people have faced about the SBR. Let's appoint. Let's take some question. Okay, Arsalan, I really appreciate if you people have, if you people just share your message on open group instead of direct message to me. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, it's your wish. Okay, Arsalan asked me, sir, Alhamdulillah, I have done the complete paper, but I just scored 37% marks in SBR. 37% marks. Another question, sir, I have obtained 36 marks in SBR. So I'm going to respond first of all these two questions with a one go. 36, 37%. Students, number one, the very important thing about SBR. The very important thing about SBR, for SBR, the very first thing you have to notice that is strategic business reporting. It's not the examination only for accounting standard. Number one, strategic business reporting having 5 components of the syllabus. Number one, IFRS, that's a major area. That's a major area. It's 55 to 60% accounting standard. Number two, concept ethics, that's 7 to 9%. Number three, conceptual frameworks, 10 to 11%. Number four, performance measurement, almost 10%. Current development, almost 10%. So number one, if there are 5 elements of the syllabus, you have to invest your time. You have to invest your time with same proportion. Normally, what a student do, for example, if from now, today is 17th of July, and your exam will be, let's say, 8th of September. So you have almost 45 to 50 days, 7 weeks from now. And if you say that, sir, I am going to make a strategy where I will invest 100 hours. I will invest 100 hours. 100 hours. 100 hours. I will invest 100 hours. So you have to invest your 100 hours with this proportion. 60-65% time accounting standard, and remaining 35% time related to other area of the syllabus with whatever the proportion I have told to you. If you wanted to get any more specific guidance, you can ask me personally. I will share my orientation session that's available on the YouTube about the SBR. There is specifically mentioned what the specific guidance or right direction of the SBR matters. So the first thing is that balance approach. Number two, drafting techniques. The key point, practice about the drafting technique. If you are not able to qualify the exam, you have to focus on your drafting techniques and continuously attach with the mentor, with the tutor. Some tutor must have to compare your answers. Compare your answers with what you have done and what should be the answer. So drafting techniques and identify the mistakes. That's a second important thing. And the third point, Yes, SBR recently has changed. ACC has changed the SBR exam structure. Very next to this session,
SBR.
you can approach me on the WhatsApp. I will share you a comprehensive document. What is the scope of change? Where the practice material available with the ACCA specimen plus ACCA practice material available with the Education Hub. You can easily find out. And do remember that the changes made by the ACCA that will provide the benefit to the students, because if I'm giving you an overview what the change has made, that is something ACCA with the question number one, will examine something based on calculation. It's about correction of error, it's about adjustment. That is something pre-populated. Pre-populated means already uh, made financial statement extracts on the spreadsheet, and you have to make some adjustments. That is comparatively easier as compared to drafting. But knowledge level you required, that's the same caliber of knowledge you required about the SBR group accounts point. Do remember, only the change has made with respect to question number one related to examination technique of the group accounts. It's not about knowledge level changes, conceptual changes. You need to get same knowledge, same concepts about the group accounts. So three things: balance approach. Number two, drafting techniques. Number three, cover up the new changes as well. That's a point of the SBR point. Inshallah, you will be able to qualify the exam. If any of you people wanted to get some guidance from my side related to question practice and drafting techniques, you can ask my administration team about a course that is not the regular course but a question practice course that includes question practice with a new format, that also includes assignment feedbacks and a mock spec as well. So you can ask me after the session accordingly. So that is about the SBR point. Okay. Another question, Nimrata asked, Sir, SBR is my first paper of professional module. Is there sufficient time to do kits, and my 40% lectures are still pending? Nimrata, if you are a full-time student, you will easily be able to cover this course. Even if you are not a full-time student, and you will be able to invest of approx 15 to 18 hours per week. 15 to 18 hours. For example, weekends, Saturday, Sunday, you can invest 7 hours, 7 multiplied by 2, or 6 multiplied by 2, 12 hours. And weekdays on a daily basis, invest 3 hours. 3 multiplied by 4, 12 hours. So 12 plus 12, 20, 18 to 20 hours, 18 to 22 hours. If you invest in with that point, you will easily be qualify your exam. But once again, what are the material that's important? Material is SBR content. The first thing is the SBR content. Number one, the 5 areas of the syllabus and the practice material. I must add one point. Believe on quality practice. Believe on quality preparation rather than quantity. And your revision kit of your SBR exam, it's only the SBR past papers from September 18 to June 2023 exam. Recently, just till now, December 22, the past paper available till December 22. But hopefully by next 1 or 2 weeks, ACC will publish one more March-June 2023 exam question as well. So all the SBR past paper that's relevant with drafting techniques, with balanced approach, and continuously identify the mistakes. Whatever you have done, compare your mistakes with the suggested answers and all these things. So that is the reply, comprehensive reply with respect to SBR. So Vinesan asked that, what about the questions on ACCA Hub? Yes, ACCA questions on, ACCA Hub questions of SBR. If it's related to the past paper, that's good. Otherwise, I strongly suggest only attempt SBR past paper, not more than that. Even Kaplan revision kit, BPB revision kit, or the digital revision kit of the ACCA, I suggest to my students focus on the quality and the SBR past papers. That is my advice, and Alhamdulillah, based on that advice, recently ACC announced the result, and with the top 10 students, the result got by my top 10 student. The number one student got 90 marks in the Pakistan, another one 84, then 70s and multiple 60s as well. So top 10 results start from the 90 marks, Alhamdulillah. Okay, this is what about the SBR aspects. Further, another question from David. Sir, after FM, which professional series exam is advisable to attempt SBR or AFM? It's totally up to you. Either after skill module exam, you will shift to the optional exams or strategic professional SBR or SBL. But do remember that SBR and SBL syllabus are very extensive, but the passing rate under the radius of the 50, it's about the radius of the 50%. But the professional marks, optional exams, results are comparatively slow, comparatively low as compared to SBR and SBL. For example, AFM, recently the highest result 47. Otherwise, it's under 45%. It's under 45%. That's the point. So you can, if you are comfortable with the F9, you can move towards the AFM. That's good thing. So that is my point of view. So based on the result proportion, you can decide SBR or SBL. Otherwise, move for the AFM. A lot of students appear for AFM directly from the FM and easily qualify the exam. It's all about to handle the dynamics of the exam structure. Okay, so this is what about the SBR and something about the after FM or all these things. Okay, there's a question from Ahmed. Sir, I have decided to give PM in September. Please provide some guidance how to crack this paper with a great marks. Actually, I'm not the subject expert of PM. You can ask me the FM question, but generically I can reply here about the performance management paper. Normally, students are struggled with respect to the performance management. That is something about the theoretical context. So if you really want to crack this paper with the grade marks, you must have a very good concept of costing and performance management, all the decision making and the performance measurement aspects, all the relevant areas of the syllabus, good concepts, good drafting techniques, and drafting techniques will reflect to the section C part. For section A and B, reflects the conceptual studies. So always think outside the box means not just focused on revision kit questions. Always think conceptually and outside the box. That is the key advice I normally provide to my FM students and same for the PM. But students struggling for PM exam, specifically for the theory and lack of concepts matter. So focus on that point. Inshallah, you will be able to uh, crack this paper with the great marks. That is the point. Okay. So Mera, you asked something about F1, F2, F3. I suggest that any guidance you wanted to take for F1, F2, F3, you must have to approach Tabani's School of Accountancy. They will, the Platinum Status College in Pakistan, they will provide you all details. If you wanted to know the contact details, I will provide you. So contact me after the session. Yes, Dawn Friday asked that what the what the charge for practicing SBR question. Anything about the registration and all the things, you can ask me, my admin team, or contact me on my WhatsApp. Just fill the data shared by my admin team or contact me on the WhatsApp about the registration. This this particular session is not about the registration details. Ask me. Ask me the technical aspects, the challenge of the exam. That's the point.
Changes.
Nimrata replied, "Sir, I am full-time student, and yes, I can give sufficient time to studies easily. But the thing is, I don't know how to start solving question as data and SBR questions are huge." There is a question about SBR. Listen carefully. With the SBR question, Nimrata facing the challenge that whenever start solving the question, she is messing with the huge data of the questions, huge data within the question. Number one, the first thing is that start practice. Start practice. For example, the first question you have entered and you have performed less than 30%. Less than 30%. No worries about that. You have to attempt once again the second question, then third question, then fourth question. As much as practice the questions, you will be able not only to attempt the question, but also how to extract the data from the question. Extract the data from the question. But mark my words. First of all, cover the syllabus areas. Cover the syllabus areas with layers. For example, you have covered the group accounts conceptually, knowledge base, then attempt the questions. But if you say that I am not getting the knowledge 100% and try to attempt any question of exam caliber, so that will be frustrating for you. This is not the right way. So first cover the syllabus area, then apply the things. Concluding marks. Two things are important: knowledge and drafting. Drafting means attempting the question. So that is the point. I hope that these statements also clarify to you. Furthermore, if you wanted to get any more things, how to handle the question, all the things, you can watch some videos on the YouTube available or contact me on the WhatsApp. I will share you some videos accordingly. Okay, Farzan Ali having a question. Farzan Ali having a question. Sir, is there any changes in current development in SBR for September attempt? Do remember, ACCA always adjust the syllabus. I use the word adjust. Something delete, something add on. Always adjust the syllabus from September onwards. Means Recently, ACCA adjusts the syllabus that will be applicable from September 23 till June 24. A slight change about the current development, but not any major change. A slight change, but not a major change. Not a major change. So, about the current development. Otherwise, current developments are remain same. For example, includes the climate change, bitcoins, natural disasters, impact. These having impact. Uh, these topics are the current development. For example, impacts of natural disasters over the financial reporting, climate change impacts on the financial reporting, digital currency impacts on the financial reporting aspects, and these new digital assets, more digital assets, crowdfunding. These are the specific issues. Still, more or less, still remains same. So, whatever the study text you are referring or the education hub material, it's mentioned the current development content. Venison, if you wanted to enroll for SBR course for December, contact me on WhatsApp or contact my admin team. Okay, so we are here to discuss something about the technical aspects. Yes, Farzan Ali, once again, I attempted SBR June but failed, and now attempted for September. I have very comprehensively replied about the SBR matters, Farzan. Don't, if you scored 45% self-study and attempted 70%, just focus on the time management. May Allah, God willing, you will pass your exam. Arsalan asked, should I go for SBR alone or with triple in September attempt, and what the registration process? Arsalan, have you ever attempted SBR before? Have you ever attempted SBR before? If you reply me, then it will be convenient for me to reply accordingly. Okay. And are you a full-time student, Arsalan? Are you a full-time student? If you are a full-time student, I strongly suggest you must have go for both SBR and AAA. And if you are a student of Tabani School of Accountancy, you must have to meet me in person, where I will provide you the guidance specifically that's how to invest your time accordingly. I strongly suggest focus on your studies, focus on the direction provided by the tutors, and go for SBR AAA both. Venison said about SBR that got 32, not attempted, question 3, question 4. Time management was very bad. Yes, time management is a key factor. Practicing the question according to examiner caliber and manage the time. Believe me, if you qualitatively attempt 85 to 90 marks, qualitative, you will be able to get more than 60 marks. But do remember, mark my words, you have to convince your marker with the exam attempt that I have prepared SBR with all 5 contents. 5 contents. IFRS, conceptual framework, ethics, performance measurement, and current development. If your marker identified that you only covered IFRS but not covered the rest of the areas properly, that means you will examiner will not allow to pass you. That's the point. There's a question from Abdul Rafe. Sir, I have attempted the SBR, got 36 marks, and attempting an SBR the ATX. Abdul Rafe, I know you personally. Once again I suggest you have to meet me on coming Wednesday. Meet me in person, because there are more things I wanted to discuss with you. Then I will suggest more guidance in person to you. Okay. My class will start by 6 p.m. So I will reach, inshallah, before 6 p.m. You can meet me accordingly. Okay, another question about the SBR. Is there any specific answers when answering SBR? Venison, I strongly suggest that you have to approach me immediate after the today's session. I will share you some limited videos to you that's available on my YouTube, where you will be able to get the point how to draft the answer. That's a point. Okay, Venison. Aways. Sir, should I go? Sir, I got 46 marks SBR. What should I focus more? You have, number one, two things ways you have to cover. Number one, once again, you have to prepare your studies with 5 areas of the syllabus. Number one, mark my word, 46 doesn't mean that you have some conceptual issues. The point is that the day of exam, you haven't performed up to the exam caliber. So you are conceptually good if you got the 46 marks. Quick review all the knowledge areas, number one. Number two, practice the questions. Practice the question according to the examiner standard. And try to complete your paper as much as possible. Students, I'm giving you very important tips. I'm giving you very important tip for all professional level exam, either SBR, SBL, or 4 optional. Do you know that examiner never ever expect that you have to perform 100% accurate paper? Rather than examiner expect you have to perform 100% appropriate paper. So there is a difference between accurate and appropriate. There is a difference between accurate and appropriate. That's the point. Normally, whenever a student sitting in the examination hall, more emphasizing to cover the paper with accuracy. For that reason, student not able to complete the exam paper and struggling with the time management. Oh, Baba, is examiner not expecting to put your effort in accurate manner rather than appropriate. For example, if you are attempting any question of the SBR or the AFM and you stuck somewhere, take assumption and move on rather than wasting the time over there. Because, for example, there are a question having 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have done first step, you have done second step, but with the third step, you are facing problem. That's something hard. You stuck over there. Take assumption. Take assumption. And move or jump for fourth part, fifth part. If you are wasting your time with the third, where you stuck here, actually you are compromising another part of the question, another part of the paper, or not able to complete your paper. Just take assumption. Examiner report particular mention. If student are doing something wrong with a particular step, we will apply OFR rule. Sir, OFR rule? What is this? Own figure rule. That examiner will assume that wrong figure. And then, based on third step, check your fourth step and fifth step based on the wrong figure. If your fourth and fifth step are technically right, examiner will provide you the marks. You will only, you will not able to marks of the step 3 only. But with this strategy, you will be able to complete your paper. So not to focus or more, you are stressing your mind in a manner that I have to perform 100% paper. No, it's not about 100%, 100% accurate. It's about 100% appropriate. That's the point.
Very definitely. Somebody there.
Nimrita asked that how much time to give each question SBR in paper. It would be helpful if you guide us the time allocation. Nimrita, it's very simple. The golden rule is that you have 3 hours time to complete your paper. 3 hours means 180 minutes, 60 minutes multiplied by 3, 180 minutes. And you have to attempt 100 marks paper. So then 180 divided by 100, that means 1.8 minutes for each mark. And for example, you are attempting some 20 marks question. For example, section A, question 2, 20 marks. So 20 multiplied by 18, that's 36 minutes you have to complete your question. So that is how you have to allocate your time and perform the things accordingly. I wanted to add one important point. Whenever you are practicing the question, you not just practice the question, but simulate the questions. What is the difference between practice and simulate? Practice means just attempt the question without considering the exam condition. But exam simulation means if I'm going to attempt, I'm asking you to attempt that question having 20 marks, you assume that you have to perform question like you are sitting in examination hall. Number one, open the system, open the CB format, just shut down your mobile, shut down your doors of the room, and then attempt the question like you are sitting in the examination hall. Lock the timer, for example, 36 minutes, and start question. At the end of the 36 minutes, you have to evaluate your situation, how much marks you have attempted, what quality of answer you have attempted. Means you just watch your face in front of mirror. So that is the point. So I hope that this is clear to all of you. That's about the SBR. Another question, that's Faith. Sir, do I need to revise FR first before starting SBR? Faith, do remember, any tutor in the world, delivering the lecture of the SBR, he or she knows very well that student need to revise initially about the FR. So every tutor in the world having a lectures embed the FR revision, initially the FR revision for the regular course. It's not about the practice, it's about the regular course. So whenever you purchase any course of the tutor, regular course, it includes the quick revision of the FR with the topic wise and then about the SBR aspects. Same case with me as well. Okay, David having a question. Sir, is ICAW worth after ACCA? It's not about something ACCA studies point, David, but quickly, if I answer you that, if you wanted to go for UK, specifically UK, ICAW worth for you, it's definite. And or in fact, that's also be worth for you. The countries attached with the UK. It's, for example, Ireland, that's qualification support to you a lot accordingly. Same case for the Middle East, that's having the worth. But for example, in Pakistan, the prevailing chart accountancy, it's ICAP. And other than Pakistan, for example, India, it's India having independent body. So Indian chart accountancy. So not much worthful ICW as compared to Indian chart accountancy in the India. Same case for the Canada and America as well. So it's my point of view. Okay. Anything else the audience here wanted to know technically other than SBR aspects? I have replied the PM as well. Okay, about the AFM, there's a question about that. About the AFM aspect related to advanced financial management, believe me, this time the result of the AFM is 47%. It's historically the highest result. 47%. Historically, the highest result. Since I've been observing the AFM result, it's about 15 years. It's 47% historically highest result. Number one. Number two, the optional exams. Once again, I must say that AFM exam, all the ACC exams must have to observe first what is the inside the exam or what the examiner expectation. What normally do mistake by the AFM students? AFM students normally make a mistakes. That's not approaching with the balance manner. Means preparation not with the balance approach. Ignoring theory. The first lacking is ignoring theory. Out of 100%, 55 to 60% paper it's about theory. But once again, student invest 80% time, 85% time to the calculation, 15% time to the theory, and then face the exam in a manner 55%, 60% theory, 40% calculation. So that means you are actually attempting the exam where you haven't prepared according to the examiner expectation. So here, mark my word, face the reality. Develop right direction. It's not important how you are preparing. The important is that what examiner expectation. Accept that reality. So balanced study, you must have a good command of the theory and parallel with the calculations and have to attempt accordingly. Once again, AFM includes 80 technical marks, 20 professional skill marks. And believe me, professional skill marks, it's not about separate you need to attempt. Professional skill marks, you have to attempt 80 marks with good techniques of the professional skills. By the way, this professional skill marks is not applicable with the SBR. Only 4 marks related to professional marks. So I'm not talking about SBR, I'm talking about AFM. So whatever the professional skill marks, you have to attempt it accordingly. You can watch my videos of the AFM about the professional skill marks. That's the point. So candidates, that is what all about this session. We discussed the things about SBR, we discussed the things about the AFM. If you have any more queries, you can ask me on the WhatsApp. I have mentioned the number on the chat, that is 0092 321 827 1784, and you have remaining 50 days. And now the important point is that quickly cover the knowledge and more emphasizing on the practicing the question for all professional exams of the ACCA. And practice the question according to the tutor guidance, according to the examiner expectation. If you wanted to enroll for our regular December 23 courses for AFM, SBR, FM, APM, PM by the Zaira Anis, AFM, SBR, AFM by Hussain Ghazi, you can coordinate me or coordinate with the admin team. And if you wanted to get enrollment for question practice course for AFM, SBR, question practice course includes question practice according to the examiner expectation with student caliber suggested solution, assignment feedbacks, mock exam, and free webinars. If you wanted to enroll, you can coordinate me 0092 321 827 1784 or the admin team of HussainGhazi.com. So thank you very much about this session. If you have any more question, you can ask me on the WhatsApp. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.